That naturally brings me to the next question of how has this COVID-19 and quarantine changed the way that you're providing for yourself and your family?
I've had to become resourceful in the sense that I have 4 mouths to feed on top of my own and a dog, right? So I am becoming a little bit resourceful in that way. And then just becoming like a little bit more creative in how I'm saving money and how I'm paying my mortgage. And so it's new. It was a little bit frustrating, but I have like a really supportive group of people that I'm working with. So I'm super excited about that.
I found myself like kind of begrudgingly cooking like so much stuff. Just like this really showed me how much kind of like waste goes into my everyday way of life, and how I interact with like the food that I cook like for myself and for my partner. My brother's a little less wasteful, so kudos to him for that. But just all of the like water usage that goes into constantly doing dishes and like all of the food waste. Because in the beginning especially, I was like, I don't know when I'm gonna go back to the grocery store, et cetera, et cetera. So I'm just gonna make large amounts of food. And then that was a learning experience because like it went bad. And like, who wants to eat 4-day-old pasta? No one.
Or chicken? No
or
one.
chicken, yeah. So that was just like, that was definitely kind of a shift in how I'm better at it now. At how I like, I guess what I'm saying is like manage a household, which is a thing that I never really paid attention to before now.
Especially when you're working too, and it's like you can go get like a coffee.
Exactly.
You can go get like your breakfast.
Yeah.
And you can go get your lunch or whatever, and the only thing you're worrying about is dinner, right?
Yeah.
And now all of a sudden it's like you have all these meals to cook and like all this food in your fridge that you don't know what to do.
Yeah.
Like I just learned what cilantro was.
I'm living right now around the corner from my office, and I really wish that my workplace was more comfortable with remote work, or that my work really lent itself more to remote work, because it's expensive to live here. I'm actually joining you from a 1-room studio apartment that I actually give a lot of my income to. And that when COVID-19 started, I took a reduction in hours for about a month or 2 months. And that really made me realize I'm actually spending on my location. And the food here, the downtown grocery stores are incredibly expensive. When we drive out of the city, when we can, it's a bit cheaper, but you can't really do that all the time. And I've noticed a very steep increase in the price of a lot of things, especially locally. I mean, lucky where I don't have to worry about too many people, like feeding them and all of that. However, it's just like I can only imagine what it's like for a lot of people in my community right now who like aren't fortunate to keep working through the pandemic and have to worry about all of this, like caring for young people and caring for children, caring for a family. It's incredibly stressful. And I've seen a lot of my colleagues actually have to leave the city and move away. I don't work in an Indigenous specific job, so it's not like, I'm seeing that side of things all that often. I do hear about it through my work with young leaders circles, but like the heritage field has been incredibly hit right now. A lot of my friends have had to move in with their parents if they can, or work at the grocery stores, or take jobs doing landscaping, and it's been incredibly difficult.
Like, so when I shop for my family members who are immune compromised, so I don't want to send them out right now. I have to choose the grocery store that has the least expensive food, that also has the longest line. So if folks are dealing with any physical or mental disabilities or barriers, they're standing for long periods of time at the stores that have the least expensive food, right? And they have to shop there because of their budget. So the time that it takes is almost like a luxury, right? So like, you know, if I want to pick up some beans for my chili and I want to go to Metro and stand there and pay like $1 more for my item, then I can. But folks who don't have a vehicle and have a smaller budget and are only being paid once a month are having to suffer in that way, right? And then I can't even imagine, like, I'm able to still go to the grocery store, you know, every other week or even once a week if I choose to put myself in that risk. Some folks are, you know, have to shop once a month, have a ride once a month, figure out what they're going to buy. So, you know, they're going to have fresh produce for a week, and then for the other 3 weeks, they're eating, you know, whatever they can preserve in their cupboards or their freezers, right? So I can't imagine. And I've also like run into in the community folks who like their appliances have broke down and appliance stores are not open, and their freezer, all their meat is, you know, unthawing, and they're unable to, you know, keep that food. And who's stepping in right now when everyone's working at home to help them, you know, get an appliance, or, you know, as far as organizations, it's taking a few days. So everything's kind of delayed in that way, especially when you're trying to do that community work. So I just feel grateful